With the premiere of Teapot 21 on YouTube, I ended up coming across a post on Twitter that honestly made me stop and reread it a couple of times. The post was basically claiming that people don't like to vote to save female contestants in object shows. Now, obviously, your first question should be, why the hell were you on Twitter in the first place? And yeah, that's a completely fair question. OSC Twitter is basically the most unemployed corner of the internet imaginable. My genuine advice to everyone watching is to stay as far away as possible. But after I came to my senses and closed the app, something clicked. This wasn't the first time I'd heard a take like this, and unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. And that's what brings us to today's video. Some of you may remember back when BFDIA 22 released and Pin was eliminated. I won't say whether I voted for her or not, but I will say that I wasn't personally upset by the outcome. To me, it made sense. However, a lot of people were extremely angry about it, and one of the loudest voices in that group was Webs for Fs. Now, if you somehow don't know who that is, he's one of the most popular and influential OSC YouTubers out there, with well over 300,000 subscribers. He's been around for years and is generally considered one of the community's greats. A big part of his reputation is that he's very openly LGBT friendly, and he's not afraid to talk about serious real-world issues, even ones that go beyond object shows entirely. That's something he's widely praised for. But here's when things start getting messy. There's a pretty common unspoken agreement in the OSC that real-world political or social issues should not influence BFDI voting. People watch these shows just to have fun, not to discuss moral issues. Webs completely broke that boundary when BFDIA 22 came out. When Pin got eliminated, he took to Twitter and essentially claimed that anyone who disliked Pin was a misogynist, which by the way would have been around 45,000 people. He didn't stop there either. He went on to argue on both Twitter and Discord that quote-unquote young boys are taught at a young age to prefer boys over girls. Yes, this actually happened. I swear I'm not making this up. Now, to be fair, it wouldn't be right to dump all of this information on you without giving proper context. When the results of BFDIA 22 were revealed, the elimination was a little surprising. Not because Pin lost, but because of how massive the gap was. That said, there are some very obvious reasons why this happened. For starters, Pin had been, let's be honest, kind of an asshole in the episodes up to her elimination. Her attitude rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and the number of people who actively liked her were shrinking fast. Also, she was just straight up annoying to a lot of people. Then you have Courtney. Courtney had been her loyal ally for most of the season, right up until BFDIA 18, where Pin had betrayed him for immunity. After that, Courtney stayed relatively chill, keeping his low-key personality and focusing on the competition instead of causing drama, unlike Pin. So no, it wasn't shocking that Pin went out over Courtney. What did surprise people was just how one-sided the vote was. And, once again, one of the people most vocal about this was Webs. While debating people online, he made a claim that really caught my attention, that kids, specifically boys, who disliked Pin were subconsciously biased against her because she's a girl. I really hope I don't have to explain why that's such a terrible take, but it did make me think, how many people actually believe something like this? Webs isn't just some random Twitter user. He's been in the OSC for over a decade, has a massive platform, and a lot of influence. When he says something, it spreads. And a large portion of his audience is young and impressionable, which is already risky on its own, but becomes way worse when combined with the awful place known as OSC Twitter. And all this loops back to the post I mentioned at the start of the video. Looking at the Teapot voting results, Lai and Bottle received the lowest votes on their team, and immediately people started jumping to conclusions. It's no secret that Tennis Ball has become a pretty controversial character over the past couple of years. A lot of people genuinely don't like him, and many expected him to be eliminated. So, here's my theory. When Tennis Ball didn't get eliminated despite all that backlash, some people's brains immediately went searching for another explanation. And instead of considering writing, character arcs, or simple audience preference, they landed on the easiest answer possible. The voters must be misogynist. I mean, again, this is OSC Twitter, so my expectations aren't exactly high, but it feels like even for that platform, this is a massive stretch. But will this trend actually affect the show? What? No. Have you been paying attention at all? So yeah, that's gonna be all. If your favorite BFDI character gets voted out, I'm pretty sure it's not based on their gender. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you soon.